housing settlement, what it means for the county, and the impact if race does matter in this conversation. We're joined by William Ryan. He, the chairman of the Westchester County Board of Legislators, the body that will have to approve the settlement with the federal government. Mr. Ryan, a Democrat, and I'm pleased you could spend a few minutes with us. Thank you very much.
Oh, I appreciate the opportunity to come over.
Now, I want you to take a listen, our audience as well. This, again, what Andy Spano had to say about the deal and why the county should approve it. This is when he had a private conversation with the county legislators. Let's take a listen.
The first step in working this out fairly, without acrimony, is for all of you to vote the same way. Do not make us the symbol of racism. Do not do that. Now, voting against this has legal and other implications to it, which other people can hear.
Now, I'm curious. When you heard the county executive say a vote against this is a symbol of racism, what was your reaction?
We didn't really have to spend 2 seconds on our attitude with respect to people of color in Westchester, or for that matter, any Westchester residents at all. That wasn't the issue. The issue for us that morning was financial.
From your voice and others, yeah. Republican and Democrat, they said this is a matter of green, not black and white. Exactly. The county executive very clearly said, you vote against this, you're making us basically the face of racism.
I think that's, and I think that's the wrong place to start a conversation, because I haven't seen any evidence on either side of the aisle at any time in the 11 years I've served up at that board where the legislature starts out on the side of bigotry. These are great people that have come to learn how great Westchester is with all of its people, black, white, and the things that they're concerned about is, do they know the details of an agreement, no matter what the subject, that will bind the county, require that the county do certain things, and have financial consequences for the county.
We did some reaction on this, and it really ran in two different gamuts. Mm-hmm. Some would kind of fall, I guess, in the county executive camp to say, hey, listen, when you got a town that's 95+% white, there should be diversity, there should be affordable housing. Absolutely. You should create this stuff. On the flip side, some guy says, wait a minute, I'm not a bigot. I bought a house. Mm-hmm. Why all of a sudden do I need to have low-income housing stuck next to mine? It's going to drive down my property value. What did I do? Why am I getting stuck because the county entered into a bad deal? Why is it on my lap?
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, and you're right, the opinions, it's an array of different opinions. And I think that people will quickly see that this isn't public housing, this isn't Section 8 housing, this isn't low income, this isn't homeless. These can be rather costly units, $400,000 to $500,000 in value, that people in a certain income range would have the availability, would have the opportunity, and at least have access to. They may choose not to live in some of these communities because they may feel, I prefer the urban area, the education, the shopping, doctors, transportation. They may choose to stay in areas that make it easier for them. Perhaps the rural settings of Westchester are not good for everybody.
So in short, nobody, Republican or Democrat, liked the implication that you were racist if you didn't vote for this and do it quick. And secondly, it's going to be tough. There's going to be some element of pain here for a county already that's tightened its belt more than a few times in the last couple of years. That part's unavoidable.
It's unavoidable, but it's very consistent, and it's in the same vein of the commitment we've made over the past 11 years to raise money each year, put it in the budget for use to spur on the creation of affordable housing. The county has been vigorous and has an exceptional record in providing affordable housing that our people in need have taken advantage of. We have great projects across Westchester, and people who are black, Hispanic, white, you go into these projects and everybody's living there, and they love the new home sites. And this is the kind of record we've compiled, and that's why I say that there was no need, and certainly not with this legislature, there is no need to think that this conversation has to start with some decision about race, We love everybody in Westchester County. We worked very hard for 10 years to try to deliver services and run a government that benefits everybody. The only thing we were concerned about is, because we have this awesome responsibility of approving the settlement, to thoroughly understand it and to make sure that the final decision we make is in the best interests of the people and the taxpayers.
Chairman Ryan, thank you very much.
Richard, it was a pleasure.
Okay, you've got the officials' take here. Now I want yours. Do you think this effort to desegregate housing in Westchester, that, hey, the county entered a deal, they took money from HUD here, now they got to do it. Do you think any objections to this are about race, that minorities would be coming into affluent areas, or is this really an issue about money, the economy, the economic consequences of doing just that? We're going to bring you into the conversation. Toll-free lines 888-RNN-CHAT. You can also go online to RNN-TV.com. We'll have all your reaction and much more coming up after this quick commercial break.
More RFL coming up next, only on RNN.